Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe today.
Hey, hope it's going well, everyone. Today we are going to do a hopefully pretty short ride and review of my 1998 Yamaha Razz. I currently have this listed for sale, and this was one of the first vehicles on this channel. Don't live on a college campus anymore, so it's not ridden as much as I used to, and just ready to get rid of it, I guess. So just gonna take it out, maybe one last ride. I got a guy, I just listed it last night. I got a guy that wants to, he's been talking to me about it. The mirror, I went to adjust it last night and the glass fell out and broke, but we still have the other one. Usually starts first kick. Yep, just like that, first kick. So yeah, we're gonna go out and do a little ride and review on this for one last go. I replaced the throttle cable on this about a year ago, and then I just put a new inner tube in the rear tire. So I'm still kind of making sure that rear inner tube is doing okay, but other than that, the left blinker on this doesn't work. The bulb works, but the actual switch connection doesn't do the blinking, so but yeah, this is a zippy little moped. Nice two-stroke, so it's definitely got some noise to it. But as you can see, it runs and rides pretty well. And this is just honestly what this thing is perfect at. It's the perfect little city cruiser to just bum around the city and go somewhere in the city. It's, you know, you don't really ever get too hot on this thing, and you get great gas mileage. I honestly like that it's kind of louder. It's got a nice little sound to it. It's obviously cool that it's a two-stroke. They don't really make them anymore, especially like the big four. You know, you're not going to get a road legal two-stroke anymore. I don't really know where I'm going here. I'm just never been on this road, but I'm seeing where it takes me. But yeah, I don't know, it's really flickable. Oh, okay, it's just a loop. Really flickable, handles really good. It gets up there, that's for sure. Does 35, 37, 38 or so going downhill. Got videos on the channel about that, but you know, like I said, I'm taking it easy with that new tire right now. Don't want to lose a tire doing like 40 on this thing. But battery's currently dead, I guess, kinda. The push button starter won't start the motor, but it's got a perfectly good kicker, which I just kick it with. And that is how I start the thing. And you know, I put 850 miles on this thing since I got it 2 years ago, and I got it for free. So for only putting a throttle cable and an inner tube in, it's I'd say it's pretty reliable. Nice little thing to cruise around town on. It's just, you know, I'm a little further away from something you can just moped to nowadays, so it's not super practical anymore, and I don't think it's really going to appreciate value or anything, and it's And it's kind of just a hassle keeping it around right now. But it runs good, starts every time. Needs a little bit of love if you wanted to make it perfect, but you know, runs and rides. If you want something cheap to run around a college campus, I think this is probably one of the best ways to do it. And that's exactly what I used it for, and that's exactly, you know, it performed great doing that. So both brakes are good, front and back, and yeah. And there's a title, so that's kind of rare on these, but horn still works too, and you know, everything you'd expect from a little moped like this. So with that, let's give it a Sing a Dane score.
So let's give the 1998 Yamaha Riva-Razz a Dane score. Styling, it earns a 2. I don't think this moped is particularly good looking in many aspects, so it earns a 2. Acceleration's a 1. This does 0 to 60 and never. It will never reach 60 on the world's steepest slope, and even then, it'd be a stretch. 0 to 30 maybe, it's quick, but not 0 to 60 is non-existent. Handling is an 8. This moped is super light and super flickable and handles very well. Unless you're coming into a driveway that's super steep going like 30 or more miles an hour, you're almost never going to lose traction on this, and it's just super light, flickable, and easy to drive or throw anywhere. Fun factor is a 7. This moped, when I first got it, I was just giggling and I would take it out and just drive it around just for fun, go take little road trips down the road. You know, I go 10 miles away. I think it's super fun. It's, you know, cool. It's different. It's so easy to drive, and this moped just gets great gas mileage, and it's unique, I guess. That being said, it is very limited to city excursions. You definitely wouldn't want to take this on a highway. I'm pretty sure it's illegal even. But yeah, if you're just bumming around the city with this thing, it's super fun, honestly. It's kind of limited to the city though. Cool factor is a 1. It's a moped. I don't think anything about this makes you cool. Features is a 1. It has a high beam light, a gas gauge, and an oil warning light, but other than that, there's literally nothing to this moped. Comfort's a 3. It's honestly pretty comfortable. The seat is pretty squishy. The suspension's okay. You definitely sit upright and you get a lot of airflow, so you never really get too hot on this thing, and it's just, again, super easy to drive, pretty comfortable to go wherever you'd go with it. Quality's a 2. This might have been different back in the day, but for now, you know, it's just a little concerning on how old it is. It kind of almost feels like it's falling apart a little bit, but even back in the day, you know, it didn't have super high quality features. It feels kind of cheaply light built, and that's kind of what they were going for. They just wanted to build a moped with a super light frame and super light everything just for great gas mileage, and obviously this was super cheap, so they couldn't use high quality parts. Practicality is a 5. If you're going around the city, really practical. If you want to go somewhere out of the city, tour with it, go on an adventure with it, not practical at all, not even possible, I don't think, but it does what it needs to in the city, and it's fun, it gets great gas mileage, and it's super easy to drive, so it's pretty practical in the city. Value's a 5. Not great, not horrible, you know. If you just want something to drive around the city, drive around a college campus, I think it's great. These are really cheap for what they are. I mean, these things cost almost as much as a bicycle nowadays, so it's pretty good value for what you're getting in terms of if you want to just drive something around the city. That all put together gives this moped a total score of 35. So our lowest score yet. It makes sense considering it's the first vehicle we reviewed that's pretty much limited to the city and can't even do 60 miles an hour. But that being said, it is a pretty fun and cheap, easy to drive machine. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.